Good morning. This is Mike Houston with your Friday morning weather hazard briefing for southeast Idaho. We have an action-packed weekend ahead. We expect a moist southerly monsoon flow to continue through Sunday. There is an isolated potential for flash flooding across the region today through Sunday. We'll get into those impacts here in a minute. And then there's an increasing southwest flow aloft on Monday, which looks like it'll lead to a brief period of drying on Tuesday. Looking at satellite imagery this morning, let's take a look off to the east here. We do have a disturbance working through northeast Utah. The models show it rotating anticyclonically up into Wyoming today, and that'll help to develop some thunderstorm activity across the southeast highlands, which we'll look at here in a minute. A little further south here, it's hard to pick out on this satellite imagery here, but we do have another disturbance. Looks like it's entering southeast Arizona. The models show that system working up into southern Nevada today and then up to the Oregon, Idaho, Nevada triple point on Saturday afternoon. That'll produce some banner precipitation across this region right here, which we'll see here in a few minutes. And then well off the screen here, there's a well-identified easterly wave working its way up the southwest border of Texas. Looks like it'll rotate up into the region here on Saturday and possibly up into southern Idaho on Sunday, which may help to produce some another round of precipitation and possibly some flash flooding. You also see the low-pressure system off the northwest coast here. That'll begin to inch closer to the coast, and we'll begin to see the southwest flow associated with that breaking into the region here sometime Monday or Tuesday, bringing some drier conditions. There's a caveat in there that looks like it'll spit out a disturbance which will sweep across a region on Wednesday and Thursday, bringing some precipitation to the area. Okay, let's look at some forecast graphics here. We got model simulated radar here. I looped it so you could see what was going on here. It starts around noon and ends at 6 p.m. this afternoon. But as I mentioned previously, that disturbance working up out of southeast Utah will rotate up into southwest Wyoming this afternoon, and you see the result, thunderstorm activity developing across the southeast highlands. Some of this will produce some fairly decent shower activity. You'll also see up here into the central mountains, further from that disturbance, a smaller area of thunderstorm activity, basically from Galena Summit to Gilmore. So we may see some of that happen this afternoon. Getting into some specifics, we do have a high-resolution model that runs, and it is spitting out the potential for some very heavy precipitation across the Old Badger fire scar today. And in fact, here's the results of that model run. There are at least 3 model runs here that produce precipitation that would produce a debris flow on that fire. So we'll have to take a look at that as we work into the morning hours to see if the model continues or persists in producing this type of precipitation across the region. We may be issuing a flash flood watch for that burn scar for this afternoon, and the models, as you can see, look like they pinpoint 3 p.m. for that impact. Jumping out to Saturday, as I mentioned, that wave that was in southeast Arizona works up into southern Nevada today and up to the triple point here on Saturday. You can see the precipitation that I've looped here starting at 9 a.m. on Saturday going until midnight. And a good chunk of that precipitation working up through that triple point. Although areas in the Magic Valley here and even up skirting along the Sawtooth may see some fairly decent precipitation. A little further east, the model is also spitting out some fairly decent precipitation estimates over here in the eastern highlands, where we're getting into some clearer air away from this larger system. So we're not quite out of the woods here on Saturday, and then I'll point it out on this graphic because I can't make the graphic on with our current software package. But there is a third system that I mentioned coming up out of southwest Texas. You can see the reflection of that with some reflectivity showing up here in south central Nevada. That looks like it rotates up into the region on Sunday and may generate some additional heavy precipitation across the region Sunday evening. So I'm going to keep an eye out for that as well. And then, as I mentioned on Monday, that low-pressure trough advancing a little closer to the coast, and we actually see that some drier southwest flow spreading into the region on Monday, and then a ridge, as that ridge pops up across the region on Tuesday, we should see some fairly dry conditions across the region. Okay, to summarize, we do continue to see a moist southerly monsoon flow across the region through Sunday. We do expect the isolated potential for some flash flooding exists across the area both today, Saturday, and Sunday, and we'll have to keep an eye out for some of that. And then increasing southwest flow will overspread the region on Monday, leading to a brief period of drying on Tuesday. That's all I had for you here this morning. If you had any comments or questions, please give us a call at the number on the screen. Thank you.